We may have a penalty here. There's a penalty to Carpenter. No hand signals being used by the officials, so can't really find out what the penalty is for. It's a minor to Gagnon. And the Thunderbirds with a man advantage here. Feel he can't keep it in at the line. He has to go back for it. Fired up ahead.
Driving penalty on number 64, Blake Grant. Minor penalty for delay of game. Time of the call, 6:51 remaining in the third period.
No, Gagnon serving the penalty, but the call was on Blake Grant for delay of game, the goaltender for Bakersfield. Most likely coming out too far to cover that puck. 6:15 remaining in the third as it's taken off the draw by Kiefer. He turned away from Gagnon. As Gagnon not serving the penalty, so Allen fired off the linesman. Seems to be okay. Hit him up high. Now Chubbs taken away by Gagnon momentarily. He lost it. Now Heath comes away with it. Not up by Talkett. Taken up by Mason. Mason stops. Tried to hand it off for Heath. Mason turning on away. To the corner now. This is Mason. Back for Heath. Now Mason. Heath. Mason. Chubbs. Mason. From the corner. Mason trying to cut out in front, and it's held there by Grant. 5:19 remaining in the third. Flip to the line, but not out. Heath keeps it in for Freeman. He's tied up there by Dolan. Now Heath. Back for Kiefer. On across for Heath. He flips one. That's turned away by Grant. Now Mason. Or that's Cameron. Kiefer returned it for Cameron. Hoping for Freeman, who's cut off by Kolthoff. Now fired ahead. Bakersfield back to full strength with 4:30 remaining in the third. Kept in down low for Culver. Tried to get in front. It was not allowed by Heath. Kolthoff up for Dill. Stops. Flip back in. Turn to the corner by Buell. Dill trying to keep it. Heath off the boards. Kept in by Dolan. Now Culver from behind trying to come out in front, and Dill couldn't get on that chance in front as Cameron now just tries to get out to center. On across it comes for Dill. Dill carrying in. He throws one that's steered aside by Buell. Kolthoff chipped into the bench area of the Thunderbirds to stop play at 3:41 remaining in the third. Catallo, now Mears, throwing it in. Around it comes. It's handled there. Now Catallo, taken away in front. A chance for Upshaw. He was tied up. Dion's shot bounced away. And flipped on out by Grafkin. It comes all in on goal for Grant. So no icing. Mears up for Chupa. Taken away by McDonald. He couldn't get a chance on goal. Wiping out in the corner there was Dion. Taken out was Mears. This is Grafkin keeping it down low. Now ties up a man. Works free by Upshaw. He knocks down McDonald. Or that was Shea Lim. Now Mears. Brought back in by Heath. His chance into the glove of Grant. 2:38 remaining in the third. Heath keeping it down low. Mason was knocked away. Now this is Mears on a cross. Gagnon cutting in. Gagnon to the backhand and he scores! We're tied at 2 here at 2:19 remaining in the third. Chip forward by Culver. Now Dion takes it. Dion from behind trying to center in front. Couldn't. Thrown up ahead for Cameron. Cameron is bodied off by Kennedy. Now comes in front for Valerio. He sent it wide. In behind. Up for Cameron. Back for Kiefer. He steps into one, but it was blocked on its way through. Freeman. Back for Valerio. Turn back. Right to Kolthoff, who will flip it ahead. Dion trying to smack at it. Carried up by Culver. Culver trying to step aside, go around Kiefer. Couldn't. Buell had it, then had to regather it in. Luckily he does. Minute 27 remaining in the third. Tied at 2 now. Believe there is no tiebreaker here except for playoff games. Brought on ahead off the draw by the Thunderbirds and flipped into the bench area of the Dragons by Field. Now Grafkin.
Assisted by number 98, Sebastian Culver. Time of the goal, 2:19 remaining in the third period.
Gagnon from Sebastian Culver at 2:38 of the third. We now have a minute remaining in the third. Game tied at 2. Mount Feely up ahead. Carried by Shea Lamb into the zone. His chance, steered just wide. Comes on around. Now Mears on around for Kiefer. Started up by Upshaw. And offside are the Dragons. 31 seconds remaining in the third. Someone's got to score within that span or else we'll end in a tie. Then thought we had a penalty here as the official had Dill for a second. We'll go for an icing on the Thunderbirds. Gagnon. And now Mason. Mason stepping to center. Avoided a stick there. And then it taken away. This is Gagnon. Stick handling. Left it off for Culver. Culver had to sidestep an oncoming hit from Mason. Mason was tripped up, and that'll do it for regulation. We end in a tie here in the Bantam AA matchup between the Bakersfield Dragons and Vancouver Thunderbirds. As we step aside here from the Las Vegas Ice Center, thanking all you out-of-town viewers that tuned in on your Friday morning for this one. We thank you for taking the time and hope to see you back here for your team's next game. As we step aside here in the President's Day tournament.